Most guys think attraction is all about looks, money, or smooth lines, but that's only part of the story. The real truth is women respond deeply to psychological cues far more than most men realize. You don't need to be a model or a millionaire to make a woman think about you constantly. When you learn how to trigger the right switches in her mind, attraction stops being random or about luck. It becomes something you can understand and influence naturally. It's driven by emotion, perception, and subtle influence. Once you know how to use these psychological triggers, you completely flip the dynamic. You stop chasing and suddenly women start paying attention. They lean in, they get curious. And before you know it, they can't stop thinking about you. This isn't about manipulation or playing games, it's about awareness and understanding. What truly grabs a woman's emotional attention and makes her feel something different from the usual. Because let's be honest, most guys just blend in, following the same tired script that women have heard too many times. What we're talking about is a smarter, more authentic approach, something subtle yet powerful. Once you grasp how this works, you'll never see dating or attraction the same way again. It's not about trying harder, it's about knowing better. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you're joining us. And if you've been around for a while, you already know we keep it simple, real, and practical. Today, we're diving into 7 psychological triggers that, when used the right way, can make a woman seriously obsessed with you. This isn't about cheesy pickup lines or awkward routines. These are proven psychological strategies based on how attraction actually works for women, what pulls them in, what keeps them hooked, and what makes you stand out without even trying too hard. So if you're ready to discover what most men never figure out, you're in exactly the right place. Number 1, the power of unpredictability. One of the fastest ways to grab and keep a woman's attention is by being unpredictably engaging, not chaotic or confusing, but in a way that keeps things interesting and fresh. When she can't always guess what you'll say or do next, her mind stays curious and involved. She thinks about you more, wondering what's coming, and that curiosity becomes addictive. Too many guys fall into the trap of being way too predictable. They text at the same time every day, talk about the same topics, and stick to the same routine. It might feel safe, but it quickly gets boring. When everything becomes expected, there's nothing left for her to discover or look forward to. Think about how most guys handle texting. They're always quick to reply, always available, always eager. That might seem like the right move, but it actually makes you feel too familiar, like a guy she's already figured out. And once that happens, the emotional spark starts to fade. Unpredictability changes everything. It makes her pay closer attention. Maybe one day you send a voice note instead of a text, or you switch up your tone, sometimes playful, sometimes serious. Maybe you take a little longer to respond, not because you're playing games, but because you're living your life and not glued to your phone. That shows confidence and rhythm, and that's incredibly attractive. Let me share an example. There was a guy who met a woman through mutual friends. Their early conversations were casual and fun, but he never acted desperate to win her over. He showed interest, then pulled back a bit. Sometimes he texted first, other times he waited. When they hung out, he mixed things up: one night drinks, another time a bookstore visit. He cracked jokes one moment, then shifted into deeper conversation. Without warning, she never knew what to expect, and that kept her thinking about him long after they parted. The key here is balance. You don't want to be random or confusing, but dynamic enough to keep her on her toes. Just enough unpredictability to keep her mentally and emotionally engaged. That's where obsession starts. Not because you're trying too hard, but because you've created space for her curiosity to grow. Predictability might feel safe, but it rarely excites. Unpredictability adds edge. When a woman senses there's more to discover about you, she'll keep coming back for more. Number 2, creating emotional contrast. If you want a woman to truly get hooked on you, you need to create emotional contrast. What that means is guiding her through a range of feelings when she's with you: playful, serious, calm, excited. That shift in energy creates something memorable. When a woman experiences different emotions with a guy, she starts associating him with intensity, depth, and connection, even if the conversations seem casual on the surface. Most men stick to just one emotional tone. Maybe they're funny and lighthearted, and that's all they show. Or maybe they're calm and laid back, but never dive into anything deeper. The problem with staying stuck in one emotional gear is that she quickly puts you in a mental box. He's the funny guy. Or he's chill, but I don't feel anything intense with him. Once she labels you like that, it's tough to break out. Creating emotional contrast pulls you right out of that box. One moment you joke around and tease her, and the next you shift into something more grounded. Maybe you open up a little, share a genuine opinion, or talk about something meaningful. That back and forth movement keeps her emotionally engaged. It makes her feel like there's more to you than just the surface. Now, this isn't about being moody or fake. You're not pretending to be someone you're not, you're just letting different sides of your personality shine. Women respond strongly to this because it reflects the emotional complexity they feel themselves. When you create those shifts in the interaction, it builds a deeper connection. She feels like she's experiencing you, not just having small talk. It's also about preventing the emotional tone from going flat. If everything is smooth and predictable, there's no spike in her feelings. And without those emotional spikes, there's nothing for her brain to really hold on to. Emotions create memories. When she laughs hard one minute and then gets caught off guard by a deeper moment the next, that sticks with her. That's what she thinks about later when she's alone. Many guys avoid emotional contrast because they don't want to rock the boat. They want everything to feel safe and easy. But safe and easy doesn't spark deep interest. It doesn't make a woman feel something powerful. You have to be willing to switch gears, bring fun, bring depth, challenge her a little, then make her laugh again. That's how you create a connection she can't stop thinking about. Number 3, show that you have standards. One of the most attractive things a man can do is demonstrate that he has standards not just in relationships, but in everything: how you carry yourself, how you spend your time, how you respond to people. These signals are powerful and women pick up on them quickly. Many guys fall into the trap of trying to impress by being overly agreeable. They nod along to everything she says, laugh at jokes that aren't funny, go with the flow even when they don't really want to. They think this makes them more likable, but it actually makes them come across as passive and easy to win over. When a woman feels like she doesn't have to earn your interest, your value drops in her eyes. She might like the attention at first, but over time it loses its spark. On the other hand, when she sees that you don't say yes to everything, but you have your own boundaries, opinions, and pace, it changes how she views you. Having standards doesn't mean being harsh or judgmental. It means you're not afraid to walk away from what doesn't align with you. You don't chase just because she's attractive. You listen, observe, and make choices based on what you want, not just what she expects. Women respect men who respect themselves. When you set the tone, they follow. Being clear about how you want to be treated, what energy you accept, and what behavior turns you off sends a strong message. You're selective, not desperate. That creates a challenge, not childish, but a challenge that makes her want to step up and be someone who meets your standard. That shift makes her more invested, caring about how she shows up around you, and that's when real attraction begins. So ask yourself, do you have standards, or do you just go with the flow? Are you intentional about who gets your energy? If not, you're leaving value on the table. The moment you show a woman you won't say yes to just anything is the moment she starts seeing you differently. That's when you stop being just another guy and start becoming someone worth pursuing. Number 4, make her feel seen, not just complimented. Most guys think the way to win a woman over is by giving compliments, and sure, compliments feel good, everyone likes to be appreciated. But if all you do is tell her she's pretty or hot, you're not standing out, you're just repeating what every other guy says. What really makes an impact is making her feel truly seen. That means paying attention to the little things other guys overlook. It's not about flattery. It's about genuine awareness. When a woman feels like you notice who she is beyond her looks, that sticks with her. For example, telling her she has nice eyes is a compliment. But noticing the way she lights up when she talks about something she cares about, that's making her feel seen. One is surface level. The other makes her feel understood. Most men stick to surface level because it's easier. They comment on looks, outfits, or voice. But women hear that all the time. What they rarely hear is someone recognizing something unique about their energy, vibe, or the way they think. When you do that, it hits differently. It cuts through the noise. You don't have to go deep every time, but when you do pay attention, make it personal and specific. Show her you actually listen, that you're responding to the person, not just reacting to her appearance. You're connecting to how she makes you feel. That kind of attention builds attraction in a way most men don't even understand. It builds trust. When a woman feels seen, she naturally wants to open up more, feels more comfortable, and lowers her guard. That's when the connection shifts from casual to meaningful, and she starts craving that deeper connection. This doesn't require any special skill, you just need to slow down and pay attention. Watch how she carries herself, listen to what she says and how she says it. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Tune in, respond to the person, not the appearance. Compliments are easy. Making someone feel truly seen takes effort, but that effort is what makes you different and memorable. When you show a woman you see her in a way others don't, she won't forget it. She'll keep coming back to that feeling and to you. 5. Stay calm under pressure. One of the most attractive traits a man can show is calmness, especially when things don't go as planned. Life throws challenges at you: stress, delays, awkward moments, unexpected tension. How you react says a lot about who you are, and women notice when you stay calm under pressure. It signals control and confidence without you having to say a word. It shows you're not easily shaken, that you can handle yourself, and more importantly, that you can handle situations with her no matter what's happening around you. Imagine plans falling through. A dinner spot closes, for example. Most guys scramble, get frustrated, try to fix things quickly. But picture a guy who just shrugs it off, laughs, and says, "All right, let's figure something else out." That calm energy changes the whole vibe. What could have been stressful turns light and easy. That's the kind of energy people want to be around. It's not just big moments. Even small things like waiting too long for food, dealing with rudeness, or traffic reveal how grounded you are. Staying cool creates stability, and stability is attractive. Women feel secure around a man who doesn't get thrown off easily. It's not just physical safety, it's emotional safety too. When she sees you're not reactive, don't panic, and don't take things personally, she relaxes. This doesn't mean being emotionless or passive. You're allowed to feel. The key is not letting those feelings control you. You stay in charge, move with intention, respond instead of react. In a world where people are stressed and distracted, being grounded stands out. When a woman meets a man who's steady, it catches her attention. She might not fully explain why, but she feels it. So next time things go sideways, notice your response. Stay relaxed, breathe, keep your tone steady. When you show you're in control of yourself, everything else falls into place. And she'll remember feeling steady, safe, and drawn in by your presence. 6. Be comfortable with silence. Many guys feel pressure to keep the conversation flowing. They panic at pauses, rushing to fill every quiet moment to avoid awkwardness. But silence isn't a problem. In fact, when used well, it builds attraction. Being comfortable with silence shows confidence. It means you're not nervous, desperate for approval, or trying to impress. You're just relaxed and present, and that's powerful. It creates calm energy that says, "I don't need to force anything." Women notice that. When you're okay with silence, it gives the moment room to breathe, letting tension build in a positive way. You're not crowding the space with words. You're letting the connection speak. On the other hand, not handling silence is a message of insecurity. Non-stop talking can feel like overcompensation or nervous energy, breaking the vibe. Attraction isn't built on constant chatter, it's built on energy, timing, and how you make her feel. Silence also gives you space to observe, to listen closely, notice her body language, tone, and reactions. You tune in more deeply, so when you do speak, your words carry more weight. You're not just filling space. You're communicating with intention. Silence creates curiosity too. When you don't explain everything or react immediately, you become a little mysterious. She wonders what you're thinking. That slight unpredictability draws her in. This isn't about playing games. It's about holding some space for mystery and letting things unfold naturally. Being comfortable with silence doesn't mean being cold or distant. You're still engaged and present, just not rushing. That quiet confidence says more than words ever could. Most importantly, it makes her feel something. When she can sit in silence with you and it feels natural, not awkward, that's when real connection starts. It's rare and memorable. So, don't stress every pause. Don't feel you have to fill every second. Let there be space. Let her come toward you. When you're at ease with quiet moments, it shows strength and draws her in without you saying a word. 7. Stop seeking her. Validation. One of the quickest ways to kill attraction is constantly looking for a woman's approval. Many guys do this without even realizing it. They shape their words, actions, even personalities around what they think will make her like them. They're always checking her reactions, hunting for a signal that they're doing the right thing. That neediness shows, even if that's not the intention. Here's the truth. If you're trying to get a woman to like you more than you're focused on being the kind of man you respect, you're already off track. The more you chase her approval, the less she feels drawn to you. Women aren't attracted to men who look to them for worth. They're attracted to men who already know their worth and act like it. This isn't about arrogance or pretending you don't care. It's about being grounded, knowing who you are, and being okay with not always getting the reaction you want. Attraction doesn't come from being perfect. It grows from being real and standing solid in your identity. Ask yourself, how often do you adjust your behavior just to get a positive response? Avoid disagreeing? Over text? Try too hard to seem cool or successful? That's all rooted in seeking validation instead of self-respect. To be the kind of man women are naturally drawn to. Stop waiting for approval. Speak your mind. Set your boundaries. Say no when something doesn't feel right. Let her see you're not afraid to walk away if the energy isn't right. That's confidence. That's leadership. Attraction happens when she feels your strength without you showing off. When your mood doesn't rise or fall based on her response, that's presence. That's the pull she can't explain. So take a moment. Are you looking for validation or living by your own standards? Are you trying to be liked or being someone worth respecting? This mindset shift changes everything. You stop chasing, start attracting. You stop performing, start leading. And when you move like that, she doesn't just like you, she feels you. Attraction isn't about chasing, impressing, or playing games. It's about how you carry yourself in a way that naturally pulls women in. Women aren't obsessed with nice guys, they're obsessed with men who know who they are and move with purpose. That's real presence. That's what sticks in her mind long after you're gone. These ideas aren't complicated, but they require awareness and honesty. Are you showing up as a man with standards? Are you calm, grounded, and confident when it counts? Are you building emotional connection or just reacting? These aren't tricks, they're ways of thinking and acting that set you apart. Most men don't take the time to understand this. You do, and that already puts you ahead. I want to hear from you. Which of these points hit hardest? Have you noticed any working or backfiring in your own experiences? Drop a comment, I'll be reading and replying. This is more than advice, it's a space for learning and leveling up together. If you found value here, stick around. More is coming. But for now, think about what you just heard and start living it.